What's up? Hey, it's Sean from the B Minus Show. Thank you very much for tuning into this episode. I have 4 beers that I'm drinking. I did 4 for my podcast, and I only drink half of them. So I'm going to start from beginning to end. This is Treehouse Brewing Company from Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Rare beers for me out here in Sacramento. First one is Very Green. It's a double IPA. The next one is Doppelganger. Got a microphone. Boom. Next one is going to be Haze. I'm going to drink and taste them. The next one's going to be this Super Treat. Super Treat. All double IPAs, all lined up right here on my Octoberfest mug. Happy Octoberfest. Octoberfest actually starts tomorrow, but it's Friday. I've been dieting pretty hard all week. Lost a lot of water weight, and these are the first real carbohydrates I've had all week. So I'm going to share them here with you on the show. I'm feeling pretty good right now. So anyways, Very Green. This is an 8.3% alcohol beer. And pour the rest of it into my glass. Drink it really quick. And you might see me get a little slurry, but hey, that's what I do. Oktoberfest, baby. You see the color right there? It's a nice yellow orangish color. I can tell you right now, all these beers kind of smell and taste the same, in my opinion. Maybe my palate's a little bit off from just eating protein and vegetables all week. But it smells delicious. It smells like ripe peaches, ripe mango, very fruity, very yeasty, very sweet smelling. Give it a taste. Let's give it a chug. Nutritious, delicious, full of life, full of very good mouthfeel there. Very soft mouthfeel, very yeasty, very like kind of like a hot bitterness there at the end, but not much. Overall, very well-rounded beer. New England IPAs came from this area. They are kind of ahead of the game. Treehouse is kind of ahead of the game in regards to New England style IPAs. I think the Alchemist Heady Topper is in the same kind of area, maybe a little bit more northeast, but they are the originators, from what I understand, of the New England West Coast hazy style or East Coast style IPAs. And I think Treehouse has kind of like really learned how to make these beers pretty quickly and jumped on the game, and they can replicate beers over and over. So a big talent that brewers have is to make the same beer over and over. It's easy to kind of make a beer, add a different ingredient, and put a different label on it. And then how do you recreate it? You have to have a very good brewer's log, take good notes, very good scientific background, a lot of resources, a lot of people to help you really replicate the flavor, as like Sierra Nevada does, obviously Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, and whatnot. Lagunitas, very consistent tastes. So I think Treehouse really has this New England IPA thing down. All right, second beer, Doppelganger. It's 8% alcohol by volume, double IPA. I'm not going to pour it all in there because I don't want to just keep chugging. I'm going to pour a quarter of that into the glass. As you can see, there's a very similar look to it. A little more fruity smell. It could be just because like everything's sticking into my glass right now. You can see how big my glass is. It's like I want to say like at least 32 ounces, but I'm not even sure. Let's give it a taste. Very yeasty, soft mouthfeel. Like I said, very similar. Nothing much different from this beer. Not a knock. They're just very consistent. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple different tweaks in the ingredients with all these beers. For example, like the hop selection, maybe a different yeast strain, but I feel like all these beers, I'm just going to let you know, I feel like all these beers probably have a very similar yeast strain, a very similar water profile, but maybe a couple different hops is my guess. Maybe a little bit more different, like adjuncts, which would mean more like maybe a couple more pounds of wheat per 5 gallons or something like that, or a couple more gallons of oatmeal, something like that. But they all look kind of the same. Let's finish this. It's good beer. It's good beer. Third one, Haze, 8.2% alcohol. Treehouse Brewing. One of the things on the back they say here, though, consistently, their message is, here we go. We hope you enjoy it with laughter, good cheer, and in the company of those you love. Right? So I'm not really in company right now because, the kids are asleep. The wife's probably reading or something like that. But I love my own company. I hope you love your own company too. Maybe you learned it through quarantine, whatever. But I really kind of learned to love myself a lot more during these times. Even though 2020, it's kind of lit. It's kind of lit. Nothing I've ever experienced in my life being kind of told to stay at home. But it really forced me to get some good beers and really enjoy and appreciate my own company. Like I said, no booze, no alcohol, Monday through Friday. It's Friday night right now. And first carbohydrates I actually had chicken, vegetables, and here we are, Friday. Feeling it. Haze. Let's pour a quarter of that into there. Boom. I'm going to do a cuvee at the end, by the way. A cuvee at the end, by the way. Put all these into my mug, the rest of them. Mix it up, give it one final taste. This is one special thing that you have for listening to this on YouTube because my podcast is just a little different. There's more information I give on that in other regards, like music and more depth, but you're kind of you get what you get. Take what you could get for free, right? So you can see that's a similar color. Very hazy, kind of like yellow, orange. Let's give it a smell. Whew. I mean, this glass is so big, I can't even pretend that things smell different. Except I smell a little more mango or something. A little more peach. Let's give it a taste. Very similar. A little more sweet. A little more. Slightly more sweet. This is a 8.2%er also. So they're all double IPAs. Like I said, double IPAs should be 7.5% or higher in alcohol by volume, ABV. Some breweries will say an IPA will be 7.6% alcohol. That's not always true. It should be 7.5 or less. That could be a double IPA or an IPA. This next one right here. I'm kind of rushing because my computer doesn't have a lot of capacity. I'm working on that. But this is called Super Treat. It's supposed to be an American double IPA, which I thought would be a West Coast IPA, but I think they follow the beer judge guidelines, which I mentioned in my podcast. This would be a beer they probably submit into a competition because it fits more in the categories of the style, or at least it's labeled correctly as an American double IPA. So there's no category for hazy IPAs or New England style IPAs. It's just IPA and double IPA, basically, from what I recall. But you could see right there, very cloudy, very yellow, orange juicy. I'm burping. Well, it smells very citrusy, that's for sure. Very peachy. Let's give it a taste. Good mouthfeel. Very pillowy, very soft, very yeasty, almost sour to some degree. But now for the grand finale. Boom. Mix that. empty. Keep in mind, oh, there's nothing left in this one. I drank it. Keep in mind, I've done all 4 of these beers in about an hour. So 4 beers in an hour, 8 percenters plus 8.0 to 8.3. This is what I have left. See all that head? Nose grease technique. You ever heard of it? It works on Bud Light very well. Rub your nose grease in the head, and maybe it'll go down a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going down a little bit. But there's so much oil in the hops that it's probably not going to go down well. But I'll give you a Prost. You like my mug? Moonchin. Smells delightful. You can see there's a lot of head, but let's give it a drink. Prost. It's actually very good. They actually blend very well. It's fruity. There's a good balanced profile there. Very soft, pillowy mouthfeel. There's a little yeast at the end there. But that's the same description I gave on all these beers. Well, I'm going to finish this slowly. I just wanted to share my beers with you and share my enjoyment with you. My passion, enthusiasm, all that stuff. B-Show. You see that right there? Blow. B-Show.com. A lot of information on my website. First couple years I spent writing articles on various topics, not just involved with beer, but also with music and self-improvement, like dating and stuff like that. I have a few articles of like everything. It's all sprinkled around. So thank you very much for listening to this podcast or video cast, sprinkling magic dust on you to be happy and follow your passions, do what you love, and thank you very much for listening. Take care of yourself. I'll be back. Happy Octoberfest. Happy life. I'll be back soon.